Hello everyone, my name is Skyla with skylasposts.com, and on this channel you'll find videos all about teaching online to make an income from home. And in this video we are talking about Outschool classes. As most or many of you know, some of you are looking into Outschool, some of you are brand new Outschool teachers, and you will be creating your own classes. So this will be a quick overview of the different options you have when creating classes. So I'm going to be referencing the Outschool support page. You can go to outschool.com/support, and I will link a link to their support page below. But you'll go to the support page and then you'll go to teacher guide. There will be a few different options. You'll choose teacher guide and then choose class formats and standards if you want to read some of this information I'll be referencing. And I will be looking over like this from time to time so that I can read to you exactly with Outschool's wording how they're describing it. And some of you may or may not know this. A majority of the classes are live classes. And it's exactly what you would think. You're live with the students within Zoom, and then there is a non-live option called flex classes. So again, we're going to do a quick overview of what a flex class is, or a flexible schedule class. That's the same thing. Or also what your options are within the live online classes. Okay, so let's get started. The very first thing that they choose to tell us about is that Outschool classes are interactive. So again, this is the support page from Outschool. Outschool supports many kinds of online class. The defining feature is that all Outschool classes are interactive, including significant communication between learner and teacher. Okay? So then they talk about how we have live online and flexible schedule, and they give a quick, brief description. I'll just pull little parts from that. It says, classes usually include live meetings that occur using video chat. We call these live online classes. Some classes don't meet live, but you do have communication with email and discussion boards with those students. So those would be classes where you prepare ahead of time all of the material, you upload it, and the students know when signing up that it will be like an independent study class. As the teacher, you can include videos or workbooks or pictures or slideshows. Those are the kinds of documents you would get to choose and to upload. I'm sure there's more things you can do. Get creative with this, but you will upload it, and then when a student signs up, they can communicate through the email system and also through the online discussion board within the classroom. And to be a helpful and successful and great teacher, it's encouraged to get back to the students within a timely manner. You'll still have control over when people can access your flexible classes, but just know that you will also be communicating with them, not live, but through email or the discussion board. So make sure that you're available for those students if you are choosing to do some or many flexible schedule classes. All right, now, live meetings, there's actually several options, okay? That's awesome. That's so awesome. And this is one thing that they do mention. For classes that meet live, the class is more than just the live meeting. In most cases, teachers should provide guidance on activities to complete before and after live meetings. Teachers in many traditional schools are adopting the flipped classroom model, where students prepare for class by watching a lecture or reading an article independently, and then class time's focused on activities to deepen comprehension. Again, you will get to choose whether you have pre or post class work, and you can make it optional or required. That will be up to you. For me, when I'm doing, for example, a story time class, I do not necessarily give the students homework, but if it's themed, I can encourage them to bring something with them. I can encourage them to dress up. I can let them know that if they do bring something, they'll get to share if they bring a toy or something that's related to that theme. So that's an example. Now, what are our choices for online live classes? You have one-time classes, short courses, camp courses, semester courses, ongoing classes. Did you know that? We have 5 choices. It's so wonderful. So One-time classes are exactly how they sound. You meet one time. But keep in mind, you'll meet one time with that group of students, but you can open up multiple sections. Again, if you've seen my other videos or you've been researching Outschool already, you know that sections are just the dates and times you open your classes. So, for example, my very first class was a one-time class, and it was a spring-themed storytime class. So, even though the class was set up to run for 30 minutes, I was able to say, I can be willing to do this, or I'm available to do this Tuesday and Thursday, both at 9 a.m. Now, anyone who signed up for Tuesday was one group of students, and anyone who signed up for Thursday was a new group of students, because the class was set up for them to meet with me once. Does that make sense? So one-time classes, it's one time for that student to come, but you can teach it over and over and over. You've already created and written that class. You are welcome to then just keep teaching the exact same class you've already written multiple times. And that would be called multiple sections. And again, that's just the dates and times you choose. With Outschool, you have a lot of control because you're making your classes. You get to choose from all of these options on how you want to create your class, but you have control over your schedule, which is wonderful. And they do have suggestions on the website for times of day within. You'll have to do the math for your time zone. I think the chart was written in, I forgot. It was in Central Time, I think. Don't quote me on that. But they do have a chart that you can reference if you're wanting ideas of busy times. But a lot of people tend to do between around 6 a.m. and 10 p.m.-ish. They kind of open up within that huge window. Again, you'll have to try some things out, or look for when is great times for you. I've noticed a pattern for me. I'm Mountain Standard Time, and when I'm working with 3 to 5-year-olds or 5 to 7-year-olds, they often like mid-morning to afternoon or late afternoon right now while it's summertime. So those kinds of things, just to keep in mind. It will vary different times of year and depending on who your target students are. So that's a little bit about one-time classes. Short courses. It just says short courses meet one or more times each week for 2 to 7 weeks. So if you were thinking, I have this wonderful music class I'd like to do, but it would really be more effective to do over a short amount of time, then you could say, when you're creating your course, we are going to meet twice a week for 4 weeks. Okay? And then you would pick those days and times. It's really helpful for your students if you're consistent. So if you're doing Tuesday, Thursday, and you have a specific time open, I would do those exact same days and times. I would do that Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday for those 4 weeks. Because it's hard for them to schedule a course if it's inconsistent. Now, you can open multiple sections. You could open it at 9 a.m. Tuesday and Thursday, and if it was a 30-minute class, maybe you want a 10-minute break, and then you could open the next one at 9:40, and you would have your group, that's your 9 a.m. group, and you'd have your group that's your 9:40 a.m. group. Does that make sense? I hope that does. So if you're thinking of an I don't want to say ongoing because that's a different name. If you're thinking of a short course, it has to meet at least once a week for 2 to 7 weeks. But you can meet 2 or 3 or 4 times a week for 2 to 7 weeks. Yes. And then camp courses. Camp courses are multi-day classes that meet 2 or times within the same week. I put up a couple of summer camps. Mine meet 3 times a week, all within 1 week. But I have control over my sections, right? So my first week I tried Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I opened up a few different time slots. So I have a group of students at one time, I have a group of students at another, but within that week we meet 3 times and then we're done, okay? So they're summer camps, and Then I thought, I did Monday, Wednesday, Friday for a couple of sections. I wonder how Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday would go. Maybe it would be fun to do our 3 days consecutive. So a few weeks later, I opened new sections or new dates and times for new students to try, and it still meets the criteria. We meet multiple times within the same week. So I still met that criteria. We're meeting 3 times, but before anyone signs up, I tell them the dates and times. My time is consistent. And when they sign up, they know exactly when it's going to be. I just have had a little bit of variation. And then I thought maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be great. So I'm just testing a few things out. Don't change it when someone's enrolled. But before anyone has enrolled, when you're first opening up a new section or date and times, because this one's a course, keep in mind that you do have control over what you're choosing at that time. I'm going camping next week, so I will not be doing anything. I just didn't open up sections for next week. Still following me? Okay. So we've gone over one-time classes, we've gone over short courses, we've gone over camp courses. I know that they do summer camps, and summer camps can be between May and August. And then I heard someone mention yesterday that they have heard of spring camps. So I'll have to do more research on that. If you find it, let me know below. But they have probably a few different times of year for camps. Now, semester courses. Semester courses meet 1 or more times each week for 8 or more weeks. Okay, it's very similar to your short courses. Now it's just long. So all the same things apply. And then ongoing classes. I learned more about this yesterday because I was a little unsure about how these worked. So ongoing classes, it's like a class subscription for your students, okay? That is what an ongoing class is. Ongoing classes meet weekly without a set end date. Now, when you set it up, you'll still pick your days, you'll still pick your times, and the parents can see all those days and times, but there's no end on the listing, okay? Parents can sign up or withdraw at any point in time, any day, but they do get charged every Sunday for just the week that's coming. So if you need to cancel something, do it before the Sunday the week of so that they don't get charged for that week. Otherwise, you'll have to refund them, okay? So with ongoing classes, it says parents are charged for ongoing classes weekly as a subscription on Sunday mornings. This class type works well for art classes, book clubs, music lessons, and any other topics that can always use further study. I've seen ongoing preschool type classes or circle time or things like that. I've seen ongoing math classes. I mean, the sky's the limit. But that is how an ongoing class works. If you know that you can't do 1 week, so for example, let's pretend I have an ongoing class right now. I know that I will be in the mountains with little to no service, so there won't be internet to teach classes, right? You will, ahead of time, not open that week. So then the parents in turn won't get charged, and you can remind them, it's encouraged to remind them the class before that to say, hey, remember no class next week, okay? Okay, so our choices are flexible schedule or flex classes, which are pre-made and available for them to take, kind of like an online class. A lot of people have done college classes similar to that. And then you just communicate through email or discussion boards, okay? Or we have our live meeting classes, and we have one-time classes, short courses, camp courses, semester courses, or ongoing classes. Oh, a quick note. When you are writing out your course work for ongoing classes, because you have to write up your ideas and fill out a course document, and you submit it to be approved. Outschool will approve it, and then you can open sections, okay? And the time for approval varies. Right now, they're going through a growth period, so it could be several days or even up to a week. That's just right now. It could always change. There was a time where it was a couple days. There was a time where it was a week. So you can always ask people in current Facebook groups what they're seeing. But with the ongoing classes, they need more detail in your description when you turn it in. So if you're doing a 4-week ongoing class, you would say on week 1, we covered this. On the first week of the month, we cover this. On the second week of the month, we cover this. On the third week of the month, we cover this. On the fourth week of the month, we cover this. And then you can have it rotating. And if you're going to say, hey, I'm going to be repeating the information every 4 weeks, then maybe the students won't come back. Or let's say you're doing phonics, letter names, how to write the word form of letters. You could let them know that's what's happening the first week, the second week, and the third week of the month, but you could repeat with a new letter. Does that make sense? Or group of letters. That's an example if you were doing phonics and letters and how to write letter names and stuff. Okay, if you have any questions, please comment below. I hope you found this helpful. Have a wonderful day. You can always email me at skylesposts@gmail.com, which will also be linked below, and you can also comment with questions. Have a great day, and good luck with your courses.